What's going on, guys? Welcome to my next episode of ESO Academy. Today, we're going to be looking at how to fight against proc sets in PvP. This is honestly very tough to do, even for, experienced players. Procs are king at the moment, as many of you guys know, and they deal so much pressure by slowly eating your health bar and plummeting your resources, trying to roll dodge, heal, and stay alive. So in this video, I have 3 tips on how to go against proc sets, from how to survive getting bursted by them, to also being able to kill the player that's using them. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So for the first tip, we have Kite and line of sight. So this is very good practice regardless of if you're going against proc sets or not, but basically all you do is find cover, find an area where you have to force your opponent to go full sweat mode on trying to hit you. You have to, go around walls, go around corners, basically put an obstacle between you and the person attacking you with the proc sets, because, stabs like the Vatron and, Zon and whatnot need direct line of sight because it's obviously a beam. So if you get behind a wall or something, typically, if ESO works, which it does sometimes, going behind a wall will stop the channel of the Vatron, but sometimes it does go through the wall, so take that with a grain of salt. But basically, kiting and line of sighting is a good rule of thumb and practice regardless of if you're going against proc sets, like I said, because this makes you so much more tanky than people realize, just not being able to be hit by attacks just because you're behind a wall or something and they can't visually see you. And it just makes your opponent get very frustrated, and then most of the time they will drop their buffs because they're trying to go full sweat mode and trying to kill you, and that gives you opportunity and room to burst them and kill them. So here are a few examples of some ideas and concepts on how to kite and line of sight. I plan on making a more in-depth video, but this is just just to help you guys for right now till I can go more in depth. But fighting against proc sets is very annoying, and this is one of the best practices to mitigate some of that damage, just because they can't hit you to proc the proc sets. So as you can see in this first clip, we got these 2 stamina DKs. They're running the crit rush, Hunter's Venom, and probably Unleash Terror or whatever. So you can see the dots, how much damage they're doing, and nobody's even hitting me other than the dots. This just is so much damage, but as you've seen, I go immediately behind that little tower there to protect me. So as you can see in this, I'm fighting this Nightblade. He comes up, and then here comes the 2 DKs again. I get hit by all 5 or 6 total of the procs, but immediately you see me go for some line of sight. I heal up, I'm trying to get distance between me and them, so then me and this DK have a little 1v1. You need to play sort of defensive against these guys because the procs do hit hard. That's with any class, magic or stamina. But you see I'm trying to put pressure on him, so he'll have to heal rather than doing damage to me. That's also another thing you can do, is deal damage to them so they have to go full defense. But I almost kill him here. I would have killed him if his friend didn't come by. But I get hit by 17 procs, and there's no way you can out heal that with how low health I was. And he thinks he's good because he's bagging. But so in the next clip we have these 3 reds and getting heavy attacks. So as you see, the Vatron proc on me, and now I know he can't proc it again, so which is why I go full force into him and kill him, because he cannot proc another Vatron proc until I think 15 seconds or so, and then we mop the floor with these guys. But all in all, that's really it that's basically how to kite and line of sight in a nutshell. I do again plan on doing a full in-depth guide on this. It'll take me a little bit to make because it's all very meticulous and you got to find the right clips and whatnot. But all in all, that's really it for kiting and line of sighting. It's one of the best practices that will improve your gameplay 100% in PvP. Some people know how to do it well. They've been playing for years. Other people, it takes time to learn. So just keep at it, and I know you guys can get it. Okay, for the next one, we have play defensive and heal yourself. So I kind of did hint into this because they do all really go together, honestly, but I really want to highlight this one because some people that are inexperienced in PvP, all they do is just go spam attacks, and that's not how you PvP at all if you want to stay alive. So when you're going against proc sets, don't go spamming your offensive skills. You know, don't go spamming dizzy swing, don't go spamming jabs, because you're gonna get killed by the proc sets if you don't heal yourself. So play it slow, keep your buffs up, and always keep your healing going. You know, hit your vigor if your stamina, you know, put your rapid regen on if you're magic. But if you do lose your buffs, you will get bursted, because, you know, if somebody's running like Icy Conjurer and Zon, and you know they have Malakath and whatnot, you're gonna get hit by 40k damage over 10 seconds, and that's really gonna wear your health out. And if you don't heal yourself, you're obviously gonna die. So that's really, you know, this one's short and sweet. It's just make sure you keep your buffs up. That's the most important thing. Even not fighting proc sets in general. You know, this could be even just a regular video about how to PvP, but I really want to focus on proc sets to help you guys out, because I know I get frustrated with them, and honestly, sometimes you really have to run proc sets in certain classes, especially for some mag classes like, you know, Mag Necro and Magden. You really don't have a good stun, so you have to get damaged somehow. So honestly, sometimes I really don't blame people for running proc sets, but it is annoying nonetheless. Even if you run them or if you don't, you always complain about it. I know you do, and so do I. So for the next one is wait for them to slip. So what I mean by that is wait for them to, you know, go full sweat mode, trying to hit you, you know, because you're kiting and line of sighting, you're playing defensive and healing yourself. They are going to do the no-no by not putting their buffs up and not healing. So more than likely, you know, most people running proc sets are pretty decent at PvP. They're not great, but some people that run proc sets, you know, are amazing and good. Other people running proc sets are not so good. So some of those players that are not so good don't really know how to play defensively. If they're going offensively and, you know, not hitting their buffs, not hitting their healing, you have an opportunity to quickly burst them, because most people that are running proc sets, for one, have really low healing power because they're putting all of their damage into proc sets and they're running sustain. So their weapon damage or spell damage is very low in comparison to how much they need to heal themselves. So when they drop their armor buffs or they run out of resources because they're going full sweat mode, you stun them and you can burst them. The best way to deal with some proc sets is honestly just to keep them pressured for their stamina. Make them, or stun them, make their life very difficult to hit you, and keep them on the ropes. You know, try to pressure them some, because, you know, just a little bit of pressure can go a long way, especially stamina pressure, because if you stun them and make them CC break, dodge roll, they're gonna be more focused on playing defensively than rather hitting you. So all in all, that's 3 tips, you know, to help you guys out against proc sets. I know it gets frustrating and annoying, but I hope in the next, you know, patch, they do bring out something that's better than proc sets, because it just gets so annoying. I think if the thing is that's most annoying about proc sets is that they deal damage for them without actually hitting a skill or a button. And honestly, it really makes it easy mode, because it takes the pressure off of, oh, I have to do this combo and that combo, and it, you know, it just ties into, you know, an easier way to play, and which is okay for some people, I understand. But I personally don't like it, and sometimes I'm really forced to run proc sets on some of my builds. So I really don't blame people at all. I get, you know, the game, you know, you play it how you want. It's an MMO. But regardless, you know, we all complain about proc sets some way, form, or fashion. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me, guys, if you like these ESO Academy videos, because, you know, I honestly enjoy making them. They don't really take me too much time. It's basically just trying to set it up and find, you know, clips to explain, you know, try to find ideas. So if you guys have any ideas that, you know, you guys are unsure about, or, you know, something that would be a good video topic, you think that would help people, then just drop it down in the comments, and I really appreciate it. If you guys did get something from this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you know, stop enjoying my content, you can always unsubscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.